An unclaimed continent, the mystery of Antarctica. Antarctica, a vast, icy wilderness at the bottom of the world, a place so remote and extreme that it has captured the imagination of explorers, scientists, and dreamers alike for centuries. A continent shrouded in mystery and beauty. Its icy expanse stretches as far as the eye can see, a frozen desert that holds secrets yet to be discovered. But unlike any other continent on Earth, Antarctica belongs to no single nation. It is a land of peace and science, governed by an unprecedented international agreement. It stands as a testament to international cooperation, a place where science and peace prevail over political ambition. Here, researchers from around the globe come together to study the planet's past, present, and future. How did this extraordinary situation come to be? What drove nations to set aside their claims and work together in this frozen frontier? What led to the decision to leave this icy expanse unclaimed? The answer lies in a unique chapter of human history, a story of exploration, diplomacy, and a shared commitment to preserving one of Earth's last pristine environments. The answer lies in a unique chapter of human history, a story of exploration, diplomacy, and a shared commitment to preserving one of Earth's last pristine environments. Early explorers braved the harshest conditions to map this unknown land, paving the way for future scientific endeavors. The story of Antarctica is not just about the continent itself, but about what humanity can achieve when we set aside our differences for the greater good. It is a testament to our ability to collaborate and innovate in the face of adversity. It is a story of hope, a beacon of unity in a world often divided. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959, marked a new era of international cooperation, ensuring that this land would be used exclusively for peaceful purposes and scientific research. This icy wilderness, once considered remote and insignificant, has become a symbol of our collective responsibility for the planet. The research conducted here is crucial for understanding climate change and its global impact. Antarctica's fate is intertwined with our own. The ice that covers this continent holds valuable clues about Earth's climate history and future. The decisions we make today will determine the future of this continent and the delicate balance of life it sustains. Protecting Antarctica is not just about preserving a remote wilderness. It is about safeguarding our planet's health. Let us delve into the history of Antarctica, explore the treaty that governs it, and uncover the importance of its preservation for generations to come. Join us as we journey through the past, present, and future of this remarkable continent. In 1959, against the backdrop of the Cold War, 12 nations came together to sign a document that would forever change the fate of Antarctica, the Antarctic Treaty. This historic event marked a significant turning point in international relations, showcasing a rare moment of unity during a period otherwise characterized by intense geopolitical rivalry and suspicion. This groundbreaking agreement, eventually signed by many more countries, established Antarctica as a continent dedicated to peace and scientific research. It was a visionary move, recognizing the unique value of Antarctica, not just for its natural resources, but for its potential to advance human knowledge and foster international collaboration. It set aside any potential for territorial disputes and declared the entire continent a demilitarized zone. By doing so, it ensured that Antarctica would remain free from the conflicts and power struggles that have plagued other parts of the world.
The Antarctic Treaty was a remarkable achievement, a testament to the power of diplomacy during a time of global tension. It showed that even in the midst of the Cold War, nations could come together to protect a common heritage. It demonstrated that nations could put aside their differences for the common good, recognizing that some places transcend political boundaries. This spirit of cooperation has allowed for unprecedented scientific discoveries and environmental protection efforts. The treaty ensured that Antarctica would remain a place of cooperation, where scientific exploration would take precedence over military activity. This has led to a wealth of scientific knowledge about our planet's climate, ecosystems, and geology.
The treaty's principles are simple yet profound. They reflect a deep understanding of the need to preserve and protect one of the last great wildernesses on Earth. It prohibits any military activity, including the testing of weapons. This has helped to maintain the continent's pristine condition, free from the scars of conflict and war. It promotes international scientific cooperation, encouraging the free exchange of data and research findings. This open approach has led to significant advancements in our understanding of global climate change, marine biology, and glaciology. And it sets aside any territorial claims, ensuring that no single nation can lay claim to this icy continent. This has fostered a unique environment where science and peace are the primary objectives.
The Antarctic Treaty System, which has evolved over the years to include additional protocols and agreements, stands as a model for international cooperation. It has inspired similar agreements in other regions, promoting peace and scientific collaboration on a global scale. It is a testament to the belief that some places are too precious, too important to be subject to the whims of individual nations. The Antarctic Treaty remains a shining example of what humanity can achieve when we work together for the greater good.
The signing of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959 cannot be separated from the historical context of the Cold War. This period was marked by intense rivalry and suspicion between the world's two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. The Cold War was not just a political and military standoff, it was a battle for ideological supremacy, with each side vying to prove the superiority of its system. This era of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union cast a long shadow over international relations. The world was divided into two camps, and the threat of nuclear conflict was a constant presence. The arms race escalated, with both nations amassing vast arsenals of nuclear weapons, capable of causing unprecedented destruction. The threat of nuclear war loomed large, creating an atmosphere of fear and mistrust. Public service announcements and civil defense drills became a part of daily life, as people were constantly reminded of the potential for catastrophe. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 brought the world to the brink of nuclear war, highlighting the urgent need for measures to prevent such a disaster.
In this climate of global anxiety, Antarctica emerged as an unlikely symbol of hope. The continent, largely untouched by human activity, represented a blank slate, a place where nations could set aside their differences and work together for the common good. The pristine, icy landscape of Antarctica stood in stark contrast to the heated tensions of the Cold War. The decision to designate the continent as a demilitarized zone, free from nuclear testing and military bases, was a significant step towards easing Cold War tensions. This move was not just about protecting the environment. It was a powerful statement about the possibility of peace and cooperation. By agreeing to preserve Antarctica for peaceful purposes, the signatory nations demonstrated a commitment to finding common ground. It demonstrated that even in the depths of the Cold War, nations could find common ground and work together on issues of global importance. The Antarctic Treaty was a rare example of successful diplomacy during a time when international relations were often characterized by hostility and suspicion. It showed that dialogue and negotiation could lead to meaningful agreements, even in the most challenging circumstances.
The Antarctic Treaty served as a model for other international agreements aimed at reducing nuclear proliferation and promoting disarmament. It inspired subsequent treaties, such as the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty of 1968, which sought to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and promote peaceful uses of nuclear energy. The principles of the Antarctic Treaty, peaceful cooperation, and the prohibition of military activity resonated in these later efforts. It highlighted the importance of dialogue and diplomacy in addressing shared global challenges. The success of the Antarctic Treaty underscored the potential for international cooperation in other areas, encouraging nations to come together to tackle issues such as arms control, environmental protection, and scientific research. The treaty's emphasis on peaceful collaboration set a precedent for future diplomatic efforts. The treaty's success in preserving peace and stability in Antarctica provided a glimmer of hope during a dark chapter in human history. It showed that even in a world divided by ideological conflict, there were still opportunities for cooperation and mutual understanding. The peaceful expeditions to Antarctica, conducted under the framework of the treaty, became symbols of what could be achieved when nations worked together.
The legacy of the Antarctic Treaty extends far beyond the icy continent it governs. It has become a symbol of what is possible when nations prioritize peace and cooperation over conflict and competition. The treaty's principles continue to inspire efforts to address global challenges, reminding us that international collaboration is not only possible but essential. It serves as a reminder that even in times of conflict, international cooperation is possible. The Antarctic Treaty stands as a testament to the power of diplomacy and the potential for nations to come together in pursuit of common goals. It encourages us to believe in the possibility of a more peaceful and cooperative world. It underscores the importance of diplomacy and dialogue in addressing shared global challenges. The treaty's success demonstrates that through negotiation and mutual respect, nations can find solutions to even the most intractable problems. It highlights the need for continued efforts to promote peace and understanding in the international community, and it offers a vision of a world where peace and cooperation can prevail. The Antarctic Treaty remains a beacon of hope, showing that with commitment and collaboration, we can overcome the divisions that separate us and build a better future for all.
Section 4. Guardianship, not ownership. The Protocol on Environmental Protection.
The Antarctic Treaty laid the foundation for international cooperation in Antarctica, but it was the Protocol on Environmental Protection, signed in 1991, that solidified the continent's status as a natural reserve.
This protocol, often referred to as the Madrid Protocol, designates Antarctica as a natural reserve devoted to peace and science.
The Madrid Protocol goes beyond simply protecting Antarctica's environment. It establishes a framework for comprehensive environmental management.
It prohibits any activity relating to mineral resources, except for scientific research.
It sets strict guidelines for waste management and disposal, ensuring that human activities do not contaminate this pristine environment.
Recognizing the vulnerability of Antarctica's ecosystem, the protocol emphasizes the importance of monitoring and scientific research.
It encourages international collaboration in studying the impacts of climate change and other environmental threats.
The protocol also establishes procedures for environmental impact assessments, ensuring that any human activity in Antarctica is carefully evaluated and minimized. Section 5. Whispers of Sovereignty, Unofficial Territorial Claims in Antarctica.
While the Antarctic Treaty effectively froze all territorial claims in Antarctica, some countries still maintain what are known as unofficial or dormant claims.
These claims, mostly dating back to the early 20th century, are not recognized by the treaty, but reflect the historical aspirations of certain nations to exert sovereignty over portions of the continent.
Argentina, Chile, and the United Kingdom have overlapping claims in the Antarctic Peninsula region, a source of historical contention.
These claims, while not actively pursued under the treaty, remain a point of symbolic national pride and potential future debate.
Other countries, including Australia, France, and Norway, also maintain territorial claims, although they are less contested.
The existence of these unofficial claims underscores the complexities of international law and diplomacy in Antarctica.
While the Antarctic Treaty has successfully maintained peace and stability for over 6 decades, the potential for future disagreement over territorial sovereignty remains a possibility.
The treaty's ability to manage these competing claims and preserve Antarctica's status as a continent for peace and science will be crucial in the decades to come.